Italy and Switzerland, June 30th, 2024. Bad weather is causing disruption in northern Italy. The most critical situations are in the Aosta Valley, where after the flood that has hit several areas since yesterday evening, the damage count begins.
Quelle due robe lì dove mettono I manifesti, ce n'erano 3. Cazzo, lì a sinistra l'ha portata via, per allungare.
Cogne is isolated due to the overflowing of the main streams and the fall of several debris flows. The videos arriving from social media show a raging flood of torrents, capable of carrying cars and trees with them in a whirlwind of water and mud. In Sardinia, a landslide affected the regional road of Valtornenche. The road was closed downstream from the town, but was reopened in the early hours of the morning. Damage also occurred in Piedmont, where dozens of people were displaced between yesterday evening and last night in the alpine valleys of Turin due to the consequences of the wave of bad weather. The Aosta Valley Regional Civil Protection has no reports of people involved or missing at the moment. In Cogne, between 4 and 6, 2 helicopter rescue operations were carried out, which allowed a family with a small child, who was stuck in Valnanti, and 3 people isolated in the Ertie Valley, to be rescued. The town remains isolated because the only road to reach it, the Regional 47 closed by Ozian, was heavily damaged in several places, including in the municipal area of Imavils. Significant damage also occurred on the Valnanti Municipal Road, where both the electricity grid and the aqueduct were out of order. In the Cogne Valley, the regional administration says, technical inspections are underway to further verify the damage caused by the bad weather and to evaluate the interventions to be activated. Due to the flood wave of the Dora Baltea, there have been some floods. In Montjovet, 2 families were evacuated from their homes, who went up to the upper floors. In Ison, the river flooded between the localities of Fava and Florin, and some residents were made to go up to the upper floors. Currently, the State Road 26 is closed in sections in Bard, Donas and Champdepras, and reopening is being evaluated. In Valtornenche, the flooding of the Marmor Torrent caused extensive damage in the center of Cervinia, also flooding shops. Work is underway to clear the riverbed and for a first intervention in the town. Closed during the night, the regional road to reach the town was reopened this morning. Further down the same valley, in Anti-Saint-Andre, a campsite was evacuated and guests were distributed among various accommodation facilities. During the night, the monitoring and rescue activity continued, which involved civil protection, the valledaosta Fire Brigade, the valledaosta Forestry Corps, 118, the valledaosta Alpine Rescue and Law Enforcement Forces, as well as the staff and administrations of the interested municipalities. In Piedmont, in Locana, in Valle Arco, 37 people were transferred from a restaurant that remained isolated after a landslide. In Cialomberto, a town in Val Grande which was affected by a mud and debris flow yesterday. A condominium of 50 people was evacuated as a precaution. The firefighters also had to intervene in the plains. In Matthey, they moved 2 families due to the risk of flooding of the Stura di Lanzo torrent. In particular, debris flows have occurred along the gullies of Pont du Touf, Costa del Pino, Trajo, Les Ors, TSA de Sèche, Cartas. The Valnanti stream has already flooded and the critical level of the Dora has been exceeded in Imavilles and H1 in Ponty, Champdepras, Hone. Considering that the meteorological phenomena will not end before the early hours of tomorrow, the level of hydrogeological criticality has been raised to orange, as reported in the updated bulletin of the Functional Center of the Aosta Valley. The firefighters are currently working in the area to respond to calls from citizens and to make the structures safe, checking whether serious damage has occurred. For the moment, the situation, although serious, is still under control. But the bad weather is also affecting other areas of the northwest of the country. In Piedmont, for example, some shepherds were left stranded due to 2 landslides in the Uccelio area, in the mountains near Turin.